Boss gets fired for harassment more. I was at the time working in the home improvement industry as a canvasser and marketer. It was my getting started job since I had just moved states. I was eager to get into the industry, and I was treated as the token woman since I was the only woman in the sales team. The only issue was this job was strictly commission, no hourly or salary pay since I was entry level, so I had to work really hard to close deals. My boss at the time was also eager to have me on the team. He acted very attentive towards me, allowing me extra training, shadowed me, and tried to often have one-on-one time with me. My coworkers didn't get this preferential treatment. Sometimes after work, we would go out to Twin Peaks or to a bar to relax after our shift. My boss would often try and buy me drinks, even on the clock. I declined most of the time since I was underage, and personally, didn't want to get drink around a staff of men I wasn't too close with. My boss would often text me, as we all had each other's numbers in case of emergency or reporting, and ask what I was up to, what I'm doing after work, what nails I should get done next, what I should wear or dye my hair, the works. I gave him very vague answers usually as I didn't want to get on his bad side, but also trying not to feed him personal details. It got to a point where I spoke to a coworker I was close with. He was like an older brother to me and showed him the text threads. He opened up to me about how my boss would try and get time alone with me, talked about my body a lot, and, the night before, told my coworker he wanted the me. I was disgusted and so was my coworker. We both agreed I should bring it up to the CEO, as we were a smaller company with no HR system. Red flag, I know. I had a trip back home in 2 days, so I had a meeting with my CEO and showed him everything before I left so I wouldn't have to deal with the fallout in person. My CEO was disgusted to say the least. He also informed me there's an ongoing investigation for fraud inside of the company, and they think my boss is purposefully screwing up the deals to take them for himself. I told him that I have seen him pitch horribly and go back to the houses, which was true. I left, enjoyed my time back home, and came back. I entered the office, and my boss wasn't there. I soon learned he got fired for fraud and sexual harassment. I counted that as a win in my book, and our sales were going up slowly again. I would love to say the story ends here, but it just gets worse. A couple days after he was fired, I wake up in the morning to go to work. I find out 2 of my tires are flat. I know I didn't run over anything until I looked at them, as well as the workers at the tire shop, and they reported they were stabbed. I was very confused at the time, and the only conclusion I could draw was that it was him. I got it fixed and went into the office. I told my CEO and he offered to reimburse me for the cost of them, which I appreciated. I guess there was something I didn't mention in this story. My boss had a wife and a kid in another city since he was traveling in as a temporary manager, and if it worked out, it would be a temporary move. My coworker talked to me that same day and said, "Wouldn't it be a shame if his wife found out he did all that and possibly punctured your tires?" I thought about it. I'm usually not the revenge type since I like to be the bigger person. But this time, I felt like getting back at a man for once in my life. I found her on Facebook and sent her a message with all the screenshots, evidence of him getting fired for fraud and sexual harassment, and everything I found out through my coworker through a voice note. She responded, definitely mad, since one of them was an official firing document. I heard through the grapevine his wife left him, but that could just be rumors. I'm saddened to say I don't know what happens next, but truly, I did my part, and the rest is truly none of my business. I hope his wife did leave him and took the kid. Haven't seen him since, and I quit that job shortly after due to me making close to nothing since my deals would either get overshadowed, stolen, or changed at the last second. The company shut down roughly a year ago. I carry protection with me everywhere I go just in case, but I've moved a couple times since then. Hope you guys enjoyed a shitty ounce of my marketing career. I've definitely since changed career paths, it's not for everybody.